Hey, okay, so this video is, it's really about supporting health issues with the products. And so a couple things I have to say before I get into it. One is this is a video never to be shared. If you wanted to have someone you were working with sit with you and watch that's fine. But you know, the regulatory environment is not very favorable because in general, the fact that these kinds of products can really help people from a health perspective when they're struggling with something doesn't really serve the medical and pharmaceutical community very well, and so the FDA doesn't like us to talk about it. So we have to be really conscious about what gets out in the public. So please do not share this video. This is for your information. But as I said, if you've got a customer or someone that you want to see it, you can sit down with them and show it to them. That's fine. And the other thing is that I'm going to be talking about several things on this, but not everything, obviously, or this video would be a million years long because there are so many issues, and it just hits some of the main ones and quickly. But we do have an underground document, we call it, the underground document, which also should never get shared, which is a health issue support guide. If you do not have that, talk to your sponsor and they'll make sure that you get it. And again, you hold on to that thing. It's got a tremendous amount of things on it and long lists of products. And those are just in order products that make a difference. It's not necessary for everybody to take all 10 that might be listed for some issues. As a matter of fact, the basics, Biobasics and Amigold, Nourish and Cleanse, and Proanthanols, if people use those 3 products consistently, this is just reality. If they use those products consistently and use an elevated level of Proanthanols, twice their body weight, 90% of everything that people struggle with will dramatically be different. How's that for being politically correct? Dramatically different. So you can be comfortable in that. You really can make a huge, massive, gigantic difference in people's lives with these products. They are the real thing, and take it from someone who has seen everything. I mean, you ever want to talk to me personally about what I've seen, it'll blow your mind, because of what I've been around them for a long time and seen some major things with people very dear to me. So I know the power of these products. So let's just go through some stuff real quick for you. Autoimmune, which encompasses so many things. From, I don't even have to do the list. Autoimmune. And you need to be conscious of this. The medical community, right on the Mayo Clinic's website, under every autoimmune disease, they say, we don't know what causes it. That tells me I would not want to deal with it that way. I don't want you to throw a Band-Aid drug at it, but I'm not going to go on that soapbox. I'm just throwing that out to you. They don't know what causes autoimmune, when in fact it's all lifestyle. It is all lifestyle. That's one of those things that, and it can be overcome. So some concepts for autoimmune issues. One, our Logi eating program. The eating program from the Body Smart guide will make a huge difference. Absolutely. I mean, the only thing in that eating guide that may be an issue for someone is if they have any sensitivity to dairy, because you can eat something like cheese, which doesn't have much sugar in it, right? Good cheese doesn't have sugar. But the people need to eat that way, clean eating, if they have autoimmune, to help their body get inflammation out. And then they would use the foundational products, Daily Biobasics, Amigold, with some extra vitamin D to elevate their levels. And so typically you need an Amigold and a vitamin D per 35 pounds of body weight, 30 to 35 pounds of body weight. So if they weigh 150, they should take 4 to 5 of each a day. So an Amigold and a vitamin D and K. They could just do 2 Amigolds and fill in the gap with the D and K, because they need a lot of vitamin D. And then Proanthanols, twice their body weight in milligrams, and MSM. If they add MSM, they can go up to as many as 20 MSM a day, but even just 10 easy for me to say, MSM a day, 5 twice a day, in addition to those 3, you'll change people's lives. They'll be thanking you. They will be thanking you inside of a few weeks typically. Now, if they've been dealing with it for a really, really long time, it may take longer. But if they're doing clean eating, you're going to see someone all of a sudden is getting their life back. So it's a really cool thing. And I've seen it more times than I can count. And I'd say it confidently because I've seen it more times than I can count. And if it doesn't work for them, of course, they can send it back. So why would you not try it? Because the alternative is live with it or use prednisone, which will kill you, right? That's the alternative. I don't even relate to why someone wouldn't try. So I'm just being real. Then you have digestive issues, which 100 million people suffer with digestive issues. Again, always the foundational, if possible, at a minimum daily. And then digestive formula. Aloe is tremendous for any stuff in the digestive tract, and cat's claw is tremendous for the digestive tract. So those will make a huge difference. You put someone on daily and aloe and digestive formula and acid reflux, stuff like that, they don't seem to have as much issue. Then you have allergies and asthma, which are really huge as well. Proanthanols is one of the most powerful things I've ever seen for helping allergies. I'm allergic to all grass and dust, and I suffered for years. And I'm still allergic, but I don't care what's happening outside. I don't have to deal with it. And that happens for a large percentage of the people. Twice your body weight in milligrams. The great thing about allergies is that you'll tend to see in a week, right, if someone does twice their body weight in milligrams, and they should do that away from food. So if they weigh 200 pounds, they should use 400 milligrams. They do that away from food. So the big glass of water, inside of a week, they're going to know. If it doesn't help, they can send it back and try the next thing, which would be MSM. High levels of MSM will wipe out allergies too in many cases. So will cat's claw, but that's the order. Proanthanols first, then MSM, that's cat's claw. That's the way I go. Once in a blue moon, someone gets no response from all three, you did the best you could. If you're dealing with someone that has asthma, Lipirex is another great thing to add. MSM and Lipirex along with proanthanols, tremendous for reducing inflammation in the upper respiratory area. Detox, someone wants to get toxins out of their body. Well, great thing about that is a lot of people out there do all kinds of wacky cleanses. They're really freaky about cleanses. You shouldn't have to do that for the most part. Once in a blue moon, maybe, but in reality, you should be nourishing and cleansing every day, right? Your cells need it every day. That's part of our foundational program. So I'm not really talking so much about that, but that's why you'll hear me include Daily By Basics. Everything I'm talking about here, Daily By Basics is at the floor, because you give your body what it needs. It does some pretty cool stuff. So Daily By Basics, some extra colon formula, MSM, and micromins. That is a great detoxification program right there. And then if you're dealing with parasites, obviously do a paracleanse. And that is an incredible, incredible product. And I'm going to tell you, if you live on a farm or you have animals, you have parasites. You do. You might not like that, but it's a high probability that you do. And you should do a cleanse, a parasite cleanse, maybe once or twice a year. Also, drink a lot of water when you're doing that. And then cardiovascular, By Basics, of course. Amigold, of course, proanthanols, of course, and then you would add things like Excel and ubiquinol, which is the form of CoQ10 that essentially your body converts CoQ10 to ubiquinone to use it, and ubiquinol is ubiquinone. CoQ10, by the way, anybody on beta blockers and stuff for a variety of drugs block CoQ10 so that now they're devoid of something that's critical for their cellular energy and their heartbeat. And so it's a big deal that people get that nutrient. And a lot of people feel dramatically different. I don't. I use it every day because I know better. But there are a lot of people that feel quite different when they use it because all of a sudden they're getting energy at a level they didn't realize their body even had. I wouldn't create that expectation for you that you take it and like, whoa, I feel great. I mean, that's not what it's for. I ate a bunch of cherries. I don't feel, I'm right. That's not really how it works. And the more nutrient, the more you're getting the basic nutrients in your body, the more you're going to feel better anyway. So that is a great nutrient, important for someone with cardiovascular issues. And then, of course, heart formula. is like the Hercules. That is the Hercules. You did Biobasics and Heart formula. That is a Hercules cardiovascular regimen. And then joints. Joints is another big issue. So you could put the other A word, the arthritis word, into here if you had to. But right back to paranthenols and MSM. Joint formula is very good. It's a very, very good joint formula. And then somazyme, which is the enzyme I'm going to talk about here in a moment when I talk about injuries. But unbelievable for reducing inflammation, just incredible. But inflammation is a health claim, so that's that's why this kind of video can't be out there. It's just for you. It's for you to learn and know. You can talk about it, right? But you don't do it. You don't do it on video. And then colds and viruses, things like DNA immune. I can't remember the last time I had a cold because I take DNA immune. I don't take it all year. I take it all through the fall and through the winter. And if I'm going to have a speaking engagement or I'm going to travel and speak because I can't afford to get sick, and I don't care what happens. Now, when you think about what I do when I travel, I speak to thousands of people. And I'm around thousands of people interacting and engaging and burning my immune system out through the travel and the energy expenditure. I don't get sick. And the reason I don't get sick is I'm taking all the basic products, but I pound DNA Immune and Cat's Claw. Anytime you're going to be on an airplane, you should take that stuff. But if you're in the cold season, if you use DNA and Cat's Claw and you keep that in your system, it's highly unlikely you will get something. And if you start to get that feeling of something, right? Everybody gets that. You know that feeling in either the little teeny tiny tickle in the back that you know what that means. There's a certain, I'm having a hard time even describing the feeling because I haven't even had the precursor feeling for probably 3 or 4 years. But if you take high amounts of DNA immune, you take several of them at a time through the day, it won't happen. You won't get it. Same with Cat's Claw. I once had a really nasty virus coming on me, and I had to speak for the next 5 days at an event. I took a whole bottle of Cat's Claw in 24 hours and completely wiped it out of my body. Completely. Otherwise, and I know what was happening at that time, I would have been sick for a while. That was a bad one, and I got on top of it. You got to get on top of it. So that's it. And then colloidal silver is also another must-have thing because like sore throats and stuff are bacterially, anything bacterial, colloidal silver will help knock that out, and then you don't need antibiotics. So the last thing I'll touch on here is injury and surgery. If you haven't seen my knee replacement video, you should go find that on YouTube. Google how to recover fast from knee replacement surgery, and you'll see it. I had an unbelievable recovery, unlike any physical therapist had ever seen, because I knew what products to take. High levels of somazyme, very high, like 30 a day. I took as many as 60, but I had a knee replacement. All right, that's pretty invasive when they chop your leg off and put it back on. So I was taking as many as 60. Most people I'll have take 30 for several days to really knock the inflammation down, as well as paranthenols, at least twice your body weight, and the high levels of somazyme. And then you add to that MSM, infusions red, and eat anti-inflammatory, and it will blow your mind how fast you recover from a surgery. Same with injuries. You hit an injury with somazyme right away, you won't believe it. You just won't believe how fast it heals. It's amazing. But it's actually not amazing. It's the way the human body is designed to work. So that's what that's all I'm gonna give you here. I think that was plenty. That should help you a lot for helping your customers and understanding how you can really make a difference for people and how the products really help. All right, go help some people.